Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome in. My name is Jennifer and I trade gold in the foreign exchange market. So in today's video, we are going to go over what I was looking for in the last video, what trades I took, what played out, and what I'm looking for next. So let's begin. All right, so last time we spoke, we were in this area right here. I told you guys to look for a break and retest to sell. So this was the setup. The higher low point right here, I said wait for this to break. Oops. Wait for this to break and retest and look for a sell. So you had the break and then you had the pullback happen here and then price drop down. So I'm gonna put a fib on this, show you guys that setup. So that was that. And then you had the overall structure that formed. So you have the candle structure and then you have the overall structure. So those are two different things. So the candles that are breaking the higher low point on the smaller time frame are forming a bigger candle. So when I say the candle structure, that's what I'm talking about. So you had this right here, and you had this and this happen. Okay. Then on Instagram, I think it was Instagram, we were over here somewhere and I posted on Threads. What did I say? All right, so I said price is currently showing lower highs and higher lows. I will wait for a higher low to break and retest before I take a sell. If price breaks the resistance level, I will look for a new higher low to buy higher. You'll place your fib on your structure to know your exits, which would always be your negative 27.8 and then your negative 61.8. When price was sitting right here, we were at a support level and we also had a higher time frame lower high point. So I'm going to zoom out for a second on the 4-hour time frame. And I'm talking about this right here, higher time frame, lower high point. But on the smaller time frames, we had a higher low point. So price was sitting at a support level. Mind you, we didn't have all of this data right here. Like all of this that we have now, it wasn't there at the time. Now I needed price to break above or below to confirm the direction because where it was sitting at the time, it just wasn't enough data for me to take a buy. So I wanted price to break the higher low point. So this was the higher low point that I wanted to break and retest, or I wanted to break above the lower high point. So I wanted price to come above here, then pull back, and then I get in to buy higher. That's what I was looking for. Okay. Now I didn't get the push above, we got the push below. So the push below confirmed that we were changing direction and we were going into a sell, right? So when price was forming here, I posted on Threads. Price was giving me divergence on the indicator. And as you guys know, like even though you see the divergence, that doesn't mean that you take the buy. You want to wait for it to break and retest above. This is a very important step because had I pressed buy, I would have lost the trade instead of winning the trade. That's something that you want to be mindful of. Like just because you see the divergence does not mean it's going to actually push above. Okay. So the divergence was here. Indicators giving us higher highs and higher lows. The chart's giving us lower lows and lower highs. However, we got a confirmation of a sell. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. Okay. All right. So inside of here, very smaller time frame. I like to zoom in on the smaller time frames to see the structure a lot clearer. I'm going to take off the arrow just so that it's not so much lines everywhere. And this one too, just for a second. And we're going to hide this indicator. So higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher high. We have a break of a higher low point. Okay. Price came back into that area to test it as resistance, giving us a lower high. Entry, take it down to the TP. So this is us on a smaller time frame zoomed in to see the candles a lot clearer. But let me zoom out for a second so I can put that fib on there. So you can see why I got out there. All right, here's the fib. So point A, point B, price pulled back to 61. So this was my target area at the time. Now price fell deeper, can adjust the zero to the next lower low like that. And that makes sense why it pushed down deeper because it hit this final TP. So now where we are, I see that a previous lower high is broken. So this right here, lower high, Okay. That's broken, right? If I put a zone here, I think I have a zone here already. I do. Lower high point broken. Now I want to see price come back into this area to give me a higher low to buy higher. And this would be my fib. Okay, so I'm just monitoring this right now. We can come here and push up, or we can fall a little bit deeper and then push up. So just when we get to our areas of interest to execute, just check the candles on a smaller time frame, see how they're moving, see how they're changing direction before you press the button. Same thing I did here is the same thing that you want to do when price gets to these levels, okay? So that's my next move with gold. I'm looking for a buy. I'm just waiting for more data to form. And this would be my target area, 27. And the entry level here, 1400 pips. And then if we come a little bit deeper to the 61, 20, 20, not 20, 2000, 2000 pips. Okay. Or even deeper. Just be mindful, like where you are. Like, how is the candles reacting at the levels of interest to execute before you press the button? That's very, very important too. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.